Browns are officially starting Shedeur Sanders this Sunday versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Dillon Gabriel is still in concussion protocol. So the 144th pick, who should have probably been a top 5 pick, but we'll talk about that later, who is coming in the game initially as a number 4 QB. Now he's the actual 42nd quarterback to start for the Browns since 1999.
Damn.
And there's a lot of names. I'll throw out some names when we get to that point. But the biggest concern, no first-team reps. You heard the offensive line saying the first time I heard his cadence was last week when he got pushed in the third quarter for four throws, 16 attempts. He only connected on 4. He had 47 yards, a pick, and 2 sacks. Canty, for you, is this a coming out party? Or is this one of those moments that he has to take advantage of, or he's going to find himself on the bench when Dillon Gabriel gets out of concussion protocol?
Well, listen, he's got an opportunity. I will say this. I think that the bar to clear is going to be high for Shedeur because the head coach, Kevin Stefanski, is leaning toward Dillon Gabriel being his guy. And he's had that position all along. Remember, they drafted Dillon Gabriel 2 rounds before they took Shedeur. There's a belief in NFL circles that Shedeur is the general manager's guy, while Dillon Gabriel is the head coach's guy. The head coach is the one that decides who's going to play football. So if you're Shedeur Sanders, this might be your best opportunity, and quiet as kept, it might be your only opportunity. So you better show up and show out. You have a week knowing that you're going to be the guy. They're going to tailor the game plan to the things that he does well. I think the keys for Shedeur to have success against the Raiders is that he's going to have to be able to step up away from edge pressure in the pocket. Too many times he decides he's going to retreat out of the back end of the pocket in order to get away from pressure. You just can't do that at this level. You can get away with it in high school and college, not the NFL. So there is that. If he can't step up in the middle of the pocket because it's being pushed on top of you, then you're going to have to find quick outlets to get rid of the football or just throw it away a lot earlier in the down. But Shedeur Sanders is going to have a lot more poise in the noise than what he displayed against the Baltimore Ravens in Week 11.
Let's talk a little bit X's and O's, Canty. What are some things they need to do earlier in the game to get Shedeur going?
I think they need to have Shedeur under center a little bit more. He's a bigger quarterback than Dillon Gabriel. I think he sees the middle of the field a lot better than Dillon Gabriel, as evidenced by the throw that he made on the in cut to Harold Fannin on the last drive that the Browns had in that game against the Ravens. I think you've got to be able to give him a steady run game so you can get play action shots downfield. To me, that's the best opportunity that you have for explosives in the NFL, the play action passing game to displace the second and third levels of the defense, create natural voids. Shedeur is a really accurate passer. He layers throws really, really well, so he can drop it in over the second level defenders, but in front of the third level defenders. You just got to be able to create that separation. And you can only do that in the play action pass when you have a limited receiver group like the Cleveland Browns are bringing to the party. So to me, those are going to be the keys for successes from a philosophical standpoint, from an X's and O's standpoint with Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees. They're going to have to get Quinshad Judkins going early, and I believe you get a better chance of that by having Shedeur Sanders under center and having Judkins in the dot position. So I think that's going to have to be their thing. Now, listen, the Raiders are a soft place to land if you're a young quarterback. This has been a team that's given it up from time to time when it comes to opposing offenses. So I think if you're Shedeur Sanders, you couldn't script a better opportunity, a better opponent with the reeling Las Vegas Raiders. One thing I will say is watch out for that damn Max Crosby because he can ruin the damn football game for you. But as long as you got a plan for him, as long as you got a plan for pressure, because they will bring the blitz like Baltimore did with Zach Orr and some of the things that they showed, as long as you've got answers for that, then Shedeur Sanders could be in line to have a big day.
We'll throw out some names and how many times they've started before I ask this last question and we go to 99 problems.
Oh, boy.
Tim Couch.
Yeah.
59 starts.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield, 59. Derek Anderson, 35. Colt McCoy, 21. Deshaun Watson, he's still somewhere in the back room somewhere over there in Cleveland, 19. We even have RG3 with only 5. Johnny Manziel, cha-ching, with a total of 8. If Dillon Gabriel is healthy next week, What do the Browns do? Will this continue to be a carousel where he now is added to the list with 2 or 3, well, 3 or 4, and Shedeur is now getting the reins? I mean, it's going to come out to performance, but is this a carousel, or do you think they're actually going to give Shedeur a shot?
Well, listen, man, I think Shedeur Sanders has to go out there and perform well. If he doesn't play well, if it's gray, if it's up to interpretation, then I think the Cleveland Browns go back to Dillon Gabriel. I think it's just that simple. But if he finds a way to win this game on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders, who are on a short week because they played on Monday Night Football, if he finds a way to play turnover-free football, if he finds a way to lead 3 or 4 scoring drives, then I think it becomes hard to deny that Shedeur Sanders has more upside as a prospect than Dillon Gabriel and deserves more opportunities down the stretch than Dillon Gabriel. So to me, that's the versus. It's which guy can present the best case to play the majority of the games down the stretch. So that guy can in turn give himself an opportunity to be a part of the long-term equation for the Cleveland Browns quarterback room.
Now, I ask you a quick hit question. If Shedeur balls out, do you think Stefanski's still going to start him?
He has to. He has to get to the point where it's undeniable. Because here's the thing, man. Stefanski can have his preference, but if the locker room gets proof of concept that we can win games with Shedeur Sanders and Shedeur can be the reason why we win games, then it's going to be hard for Stefanski to look the other 52 guys in the face and say that we have a better chance with Dillon Gabriel. So I think that's going to be the key. It's going to be Shedeur Sanders going out there and playing. It's going to be the supporting cast, including the defense, backing him up by playing well, by playing together, by working in concert all 3 phases. If that happens and Cleveland finds a way to get a win, then all of a sudden the Browns become a really interesting watch for the rest of the season.
When you got Myles Garrett on one side, and he's having what I believe is a Defensive Player of the Year season.
Another one.
Yeah, another one.
Hey, listen, sidebar. Is Myles Garrett going to break Michael Strahan's sack record?
Oh, you mean without Brett Favre falling for fun?
Listen. We've talked about how Aaron Rodgers' career has mirrored Brett Favre's career. Just going to throw this out there. The Cleveland Browns play the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 17, the penultimate regular season game. Does Aaron Rodgers take a dive for Myles Garrett to do exactly what Brett Favre did once upon a time for Michael Strahan?
It's only right. It's only right, though.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
He always want to be above Favre, so it only makes sense. And I think he should do it a little bit more with a tuck roll than a slip.
A
little tuck roll, and then we call it a day. But I think it might be able to happen. And if Shedeur gets the reins, I know they're not going to make no playoffs anytime soon. No. But if the season ends with the good quarterback playing and you see that defense being the way it is and you got a good middle linebacker that you believe is going to be the defensive rookie of the year, then you have the defensive rookie of the year.
Defensive player of the year. It's nothing but up.
Defensive player of the year.
Rookie of the year, defensive player of the year. Yeah. Not enough people are talking about how Carson Schwarzenegger is balling. That dude is playing out of his mind. So you got building block pieces. Mason Graham is coming around. That defensive line is hunting. They got a little bit of depth there. Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett.
Denzel Ward is Denzel Ward.
I like the addition of Tyson Campbell with Denzel Ward. I think they complement each other better. Campbell is more of a man corner than Greg Newsome was. So, I mean, listen, the Cleveland Browns defense, they up. Like, it's just a matter of what the offense is going to be and who the quarterback is going to be. And until that organization gets some stability on that side of the ball, it's going to be more of the same, which is uneven results. Now, the question is whether or not ownership is satisfied with that, whether or not ownership considers significant changes based on the team, the front office, the head coach not being able to figure things out.